Hey guys, I want to go inside and tell you a story about my childhood. Let's go. Hey guys, I want to talk real quick about this whole race thing. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm so tired of hearing people pointing fingers in this direction, pointing fingers in that direction. I want to tell you a quick story about my childhood. When I was 8 years old, I got the opportunity to ride along with my dad and several guys from a small church we were going to over to look at a lady's house who was having some problems. We got to this home, and from the outside it looked really bad. I'll never forget walking from the county sidewalk across this rickety old bridge leading over to her house. When we stepped inside the door, I saw cans of food open with spoons and forks stuck in them. It's the way she was eating her food. She's in a wheelchair. She had a beard matted. She chewed. She had tobacco running down her face. Her hair was matted. There was holes in the roof everywhere, pots all over the floor to collect the rain. It was a nightmare. I'll never forget walking out that door and hearing some of the guys talking, saying there's no way this house can be remodeled. It should be condemned. It needs to be knocked down. Well, about a year later, I'm 9 years old now. So my mom says to me and my sisters, how would you guys like to move out to the country? We're like, yay. How would you guys like to have a swimming pool? We're like, yay. How would you like to have a big play for it? We're like, yay. And so one thing I don't remember is hearing anything about Miss Dorothy. So we moved to this house, and that lady who I met a year prior at 8 years old was now living in our house. She was kind of in the same condition. Her hair was still matted. She still had facial hair. She still chewed. She had tobacco running down her face. She urinated on the floors. There's feces on the floors. When our first encounter, our first couple encounters, when me and my sister would go in to see her, see if she needed anything, she would stick a pocket knife out at us and tell us to get away. And of course we would jump back in horror and go tell mom that she just pulled a pocket knife out on us. Well, Miss Dorothy was beaten and robbed in the condition I just described to you guys. She was scared of human beings. And it took a while for my mom to earn her trust. You know, my dad would go in every day after work and clean those floors with Pine Sol. I hate the smell of Pine Sol to this day. And he would go in and literally scrape the floors and hose her room out to a side access door in the house. As she began to trust us, she let my mom shave her, wash her hair. My mom and dad eventually put in a wheelchair accessible ramp in their custom van. They ripped out the two captain chairs that were in the middle of this van and made it accessible for her so we could take her places. They got her a new wheelchair, a new walker, and a new toilet that she could use. And those old items that she had got taken out to the curb. Now, somebody saw the wheelchair, the bed, the walker out in the trash and decided to call DCF on my parents. I'll never forget being 9 years old, sitting on my parents' porch, listening to my mom tell this guy from DCF all the things that we've done for Miss Dorothy. Now, this guy couldn't wrap his mind around it. He was just in awe and in shock because we're a white family taking care of Miss Dorothy, who is black. And this is where I start hearing all the bickering in this country and all the finger pointing about race. It's not about that. We're all human beings in this together. We're just trying to make a better tomorrow for our kids and for our own family. And I think it's time we stop with the finger pointing. Guys, recently I just told this story in a radio interview, and I wanted to bring it to you guys as well on the channel. You know, this is where this giving spirit came from. This is why I started the Rowan Atlee Foundation as well. Just watching my parents give as a young kid, I have grown to love to give. You know, I'll never forget my first time giving was 11 years old. The neighbor was pregnant. My mom came to me. You know, we were helping other families at the same time we were helping Miss Dorothy. And she said, there's a young girl next door who's pregnant and she's getting ready to have a baby and she needs to borrow some money. And my mom said, is there any money that you have that you could loan to her? And at the time, I wasn't really wanting to give it because I was asked to loan the money. I had $250 saved up as an 11-year-old kid. And I gave my $250 to my mom so she could give it to this girl who's getting ready to have this baby, thinking the whole time I was going to get my money back. Well, I never got the money back, and that's obviously fine, but it was my first experience in giving. It's the reason I love giving today, guys. I hope you find this video helpful. Till next time, see ya.